Elegant, successful, beautiful, classy, unique, purpose, empowered, strong, overcomer, free, powerful. She rises. Oh, God. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Successful.
Beautiful.
And I'm Natalie.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Tanika.
I'm the only sane one. in the
No,
group.
she's
just the only sane one in the group. Just so you all know.
That. I'm Nikki.
I'm Nikki.
She didn't did anything. Yeah.
I was cracking up at the beginning of the show. Y'all know we're gonna laugh. Absolutely. Welcome to the show. We are excited that you guys have chosen to join us again today. We thank you for that. We have an exciting show today. So you guys asked for it. We said that we were going to do it, and we are making it happen today.
Yes.
We have her back. And we split them up this time because it was way too much information the first time. And we'll have more questions for each of them. And then it's just like, okay, we just have to do this.
Mhm.
So we have brought her back, the one and the only Joy Trout. Yay!
Hey, everybody.
Hey, girl, hey.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Glad to have you. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
All is well. Yes.
good.
You look gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Life
Hey,
is good.
Face beat. Hey,
Oh,
shoulders.
okay.
The eyebrows on fleek.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
even though life is life, and you have to decide to
That's
live
right.
it.
That's
It's
right.
not going to live for you. You have to go grab it by the throat.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
And,
or something else.
Yeah.
Why do I have to be the one?
Right, because you are.
I'm the one.
Michael.
Okay, so we brought Joy back again because there was just so much information that we had gotten from she and from Aisha, and we wanted to bring them back individually so we can kind of tie up some loose ends, because we were trying to get information from both of them in regards to their lives and their experiences as pastors' wives and having gone through tumultuous divorces and then life after the divorce and all of those things. And we just kind of felt like there were a lot of cliffhangers. So we wanted to circle back, as they say, and get some answers to some things or allow opportunity to share some additional things even that we completely missed, some big things that we missed in the last shows. So if you haven't seen episodes 9 and 10, go back and watch them. Pause this one.
Mhm.
Go back and watch 9 and 10. Leave your comments and do all the things there. And then come back to this episode.
Mhm.
Don't know the number of this one
Mm-mm.
because we've been doing this for almost a year.
What?
Oh my gosh.
That's incredible. Successful, beautiful, and party.
Yes.
Yes.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Yes, it is coming. So go back and watch episodes 9 and 10 so that you can have the beginning of the story. Yeah. And you can find out exactly who are all the things back then. So, Joy.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey. You ready? Strap your seatbelt on.
Man.
Yes, right.
So, last time we talked from childhood up. I watched the shows again, or we watched the shows again. And there was one part, I think we stopped at I think you said, well, that was 2010. And you said, then 2000 something. I said, well, can we go to this? And then that was 2017. I was like, oh God, we missed 7 years. And I know something major happened within those 7 years. Right. So we have some questions, but kind of just want to give you opportunity to circle back.
Okay.
Did y'all have something specific you kind of wanted to start with, you think?
Well, I have questions, but I'll wait because she may answer the questions when she circles back.
Sure.
You can ask them. Y'all go ahead and ask them. And then If I still need to circle back, I can.
So maybe we give some of them, and then you can make sure that you hit these points.
Sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I had questions like about the kids because we didn't really talk about your kids.
Yeah.
Like, where were they
Right. Right.
in the middle of all of this? Because
Right.
Yeah.
and with those first episodes,
Mhm.
we know that you have kids,
Right.
but we didn't
Mhm.
necessarily hear about really kind of where they were when all of this was happening,
Mhm.
what the impact was for them. One thing in particular, you had left the home, you were staying in a extended stay, I
Extended
think you
stay,
said,
yeah.
and then I
Mhm.
thought, well, were the boys with her? So things
Mhm.
like that. And then even now, kind of where are they now?
Mhm.
That was one of my questions.
I had a question
I
about.
wasn't sure which part of the 2010 to 2017, even with the boys, like where were they? So by you saying we staying in an extending home, I know exactly the time
Okay.
frame.
Mhm.
Okay. And what were you saying,
Nikki,
Nick?
Just about like, did you put them in therapy or are they currently in therapy? I was just wondering because I know going through the process, there's a healing part of it too. And I was just wondering for them, what were the steps for them as well for healing?
Okay. Well, the period that Natalie, I'll address that first.
Well, hold on 1 second, Joy. Did you have questions?
No,
T, did you want to throw in there? Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, the part about staying in an extended stay, that was during a period where I had gone through some domestic violence issues. Did I talk about that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't go
I didn't go into
deeper.
detail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm putting that in my book. But anyway, I'll give a little snippet about it. And that is there was an issue with another female that was at the church. And we got into a really big brouhaha. And we looked like two big old sumo wrestlers in our basement at one point. And I ended up calling, the next morning, I ended up calling 911. I've never dialed those numbers in my life.
Wow.
And I dialed it because I didn't want to be here anymore. I wanted to take my life. And so I called 911 for some help. Next thing I know, I end up in handcuffs. I ended up incriminating myself, didn't know it. I just wanted help. And they did send me to a hospital and I did need further evaluation and things like that. But that, man, that was like cataclysmic at the time.
Yeah.
Because that really affected my son. So they were like, probably 15 and 6 at the time. They're 8
Oh, I
years
didn't
apart.
realize that age gap. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, they're 8 years apart, and so I don't know if that math was just right, but my oldest was 15, and then my youngest was 7 to 8 years younger at the time, and so I ended up having to leave the home, and
By
so
choice
my
or
mom,
by circumstance?
by circumstance,
Gotcha.
yes, I was forced to leave. There was a warrant for my arrest and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I remember saying to the police officer when they came to my house, when he wanted to put me in handcuffs, he asked where the location of my then husband was. And I said, don't take him. Take me. I can handle it.
Wow.
Don't take him. Don't take him. We have 2 young sons. We just got here like a few months ago. And I don't want my sons in foster care. We had no family there. We were just newly installed as the pastors. Well, he was the pastor. I was first lady at that time. And so I said, please don't take him. Take me. I don't want our sons in foster care, because their father had been in foster care when he was a kid. And I've heard all the horrific stories that he told me that he experienced. And I didn't want that for our boys. We had nobody there.
What made you think that they would go to foster care if they took him? Or were they planning to take both of you guys?
Oh, they're planning on taking both of us.
Got you. Okay. So
Yeah,
that
the
makes sense.
county we lived in, it's like it's not one or the other. It's both. If both people were involved in any kind of domestic violence, they take you both.
I'm
So
not
I just begged.
necessarily mad at that policy.
Right. Right.
Not for y'all or for you.
Right.
Maybe for him.
Yeah.
But not for you. Yeah.
But I told them not to
Yeah.
because I was trying to protect our sons.
Got
Right.
you. Like a
Only
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a good mom.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Right. So we go through that. And then, I mean, there's some stuff that happened in between there. Like I ended up going to a mental health facility for like a week.
Mhm.
They had me on suicide watch for 3 days.
Mm.
They kept me a little longer. You know, once they diagnosed me as having, I never even heard of this term, environmental depression.
Depression. Mhm.
Wow.
I wasn't diagnosed as having clinical
Mhm.
depression, but I definitely had anxiety. I was having serious panic attacks.
Mhm.
And I never had those before, but it felt like heart attacks.
Mhm.
From, you know, my finite mind, I hadn't ever experienced anything like that before. So while I was at this facility for a week, I think 1 or 2 days in, another police officer came with a warrant for my arrest. And so I knew that
While
when
you were at the facility?
while I was at the facility.
Wow.
Whoa.
So of course that propelled me further into anxiety and panic attacks, right?
Mhm.
Knowing that when I got out, I
You're
had
going
another
in.
Wow.
Wow.
right? So my mother had flown to town, and she helped take care of the boys while I was away, and I ended up going into first a hotel because I knew when I got out I was going to have to turn myself in.
Mhm.
Mm.
And now, mind you, both of us were involved in the physical stuff. That's the first time we'd ever gotten physical with each other,
Mhm.
by the way. And so anyway, I had to turn myself in. I stayed overnight, got out, and then I stayed at an extended stay because I still couldn't go back to the house. So that affected the boys severely.
Mhm.
First, I started off with like a little studio kind of room with just a bed, one bedroom, and then a couch or whatever. Then I had to upgrade because the boys kept wanting to come stay with me.
Mm.
And I intentionally chose an extended stay that was close to their schools so I could easily get there
Mhm.
and still try to have some sense of normalcy, you know, picking them up from school, either taking them home or taking them, you know, where I was staying. So that's what happened from like March to June.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you work outside of the ministry?
No, I did
not.
not.
Okay.
Mm.
Mhm. So thank God, and I think it's because I had the boys. I ended up having the boys most of the time.
Mm.
That the money was not restricted to me. I had access to it.
Mhm.
I just couldn't go to the church, or I'd be arrested. My face was in the security office at the church, and saying if she steps foot on the property, arrest her.
What in the
What
world?
in the world? That must be a common thing.
Don't piss me off.
What in the
Right.
hell?
Right.
Right.
I-
That must
Why'd
be a
you-
common
why'd you say
thing.
it was a common thing? Yeah,
Yeah.
why'd you say that? You've heard it happening to other
Oh,
women?
because I was told that if I came to church that I would be arrested.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
You
It must
too,
be like
T. I didn't
Yeah.
know
a
that.
club. Yeah.
Mhm.
You too,
Yeah.
Tamika?
And guess what? I don't
What?
want to come back.
And I did go back, but not for service. I went back for a book club, and he wasn't happy
Oh,
about
so
that.
how was that when you went back? Because you were threatened not to go back.
Yeah, I didn't really care.
Mm.
I still wanted to be a part of the book club, and I was part of the book club. And this one particular book club, he came and sat in the book club. He was the only man in the room and came and sat in the book club.
Trying to bring the
Awkward.
intimidation
Yeah,
factor.
I wasn't
Yeah.
intimidated.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Everybody's scared of you.
Yeah, well, I stayed away because I believed him. And I didn't want to go
Mhm.
back to jail.
right.
Because they've been there, done that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, really, mugshot, fingerprint, all of the things.
That is
Wow.
wild.
All of the things. So yeah. So at any rate, the boys, they had a really, you know, tough time. I was still our little one at the time, you know, I would still go to his school. I would still try to be involved in field trips and, you know, things like that because I was an at-home mom. So they were my number one concern. Yeah. So they both came, and I mean, it was really, really rough during that season. So now fast forward to when it happens again. By this time, my older son is in college.
When it happened
Mhm.
again,
The physical part?
The last scandal, let's just call it.
Oh.
I think you called that the
Kaboom.
kaboom. Yeah, you called that.
Yeah.
The,
Okay,
Yeah. yeah.
okay.
kaboom.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was the point of no return. That was really like the 9/11, in my life. I knew we were not going to be able to rebuild from here. We rebuilt from the first one. We went to an intensive counseling thing, and from the first one, we did not put our sons in therapy, and I regret that. I honestly cannot remember why we didn't. It might have been because this is why he never wanted to go to counseling in the city. Somebody might recognize us.
Mm.
That's the
Wow.
only thing I really have blocked that part out. But the answer to that, did we take them? No.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I totally regret that because we had full control of them, so to speak, at the time, because they were minors. But by the time our oldest went off to college, and became an adult, he was making decisions on his own.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I say something right there,
yeah,
Joy?
absolutely.
I think one of the issues with ministry and the expectations or the what's my words here? Menopause brain right now. The expectations, the way that people view you, what they think ought to be happening in your life, and how you ought to be handling certain situations, that it puts it in your mind. And not to say that this was your husband's mindset, but the fact that some other people genuinely feel like, well, I can't do X, Y, and Z because of the position that I hold, or someone might recognize me and then this might affect them. So then I can't do this for me, the healthy thing for me, so that I can get the help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. And I hate that. I hate that that is in place, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so many people, I believe, don't take the necessary steps for their betterment because they think somebody might see me, somebody might find out that I'm less in this area than what they thought that I might be. It's so sad.
It's paralyzing.
Yeah, you said it's what? Paralyzing.
Yeah.
Paralyzing.
Yes,
You
for sure.
cannot
Absolutely.
really live a life of liberty, a life of freedom, because you're so worried. What are the people going to think? What are the people going to say? And I grew up with that. Because remember,
Yeah.
go back to episode 9 and 10.
Yes.
I was a PK.
Yeah.
So I grew up with a father who constantly said, what are the people going to think? What are the people going to think? And so I grew up with that, and it was just ingrained.
Yeah.
It was ingrained in me. And so now you fast forwarding to now I'm married. Now I'm a pastor's wife and a ministry family, and the microscope is further on me and my children.
Yeah.
And my children. So I again regret not having more of a handle on that, at least having family therapy for the kids when they were that age. And they desperately needed it.
Yeah.
They needed it at the time. They really, really did. So now we got to fast forward to the kaboom. And by this time, my older son is out of the house. We still had our younger son. He was a teenager by this point, like 14 years old. Excuse me. And now by this time too, we had more of a support system, but I still flew in family members. Flew in my mom, flew in who was like an auntie to my kids, my mom's best friend, and so she helped take care of our youngest son, while me and their father went to intensive counseling. We were sent away. Did I talk about that last time?
You mentioned it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were sent to this secret location.
And you said to get help.
Yeah.
Let's put that in some air quotes.
But he
No,
wasn't.
it was just, not at all. He couldn't even know that we were together.
Wow.
Now, this wasn't a place, this wasn't a marriage counseling kind of place. This was, it was an alcohol and drug rehab, a 5-star one.
What?
But nonetheless, like we had to pee in a cup, breathe into a breathalyzer when we first pulled up. And I was like, what's going on? I never had done either of those things before. Well, not the breathalyzer. But yeah. I mean, I peed in the cup before, but that was. Let me clarify, because y'all viewers be commenting in the comments.
Right. They become minted.
Minted. So yeah, so I never experienced that before. We go away for 30 days.
Oh, wow.
So I had to make sure, our youngest son was covered at the time and all that, because he was in middle school at this point. And so, I had to really make some arrangements and stuff for him. And we went away, and I'm hopeful. I give up the chance to be a part of one of the greatest, to me, sororities at the time, to do this.
Oh, wow.
To do this. Yeah, I gave it up. And I was told by the people who sent us, do you care more about this organization more than you do your marriage?
So were you online at the time? Is that what it's called, Nikki?
No, I was doing it the alumni. So I was going in person.
Oh, it's different when it's grad.
It's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was going in person, and I didn't realize I was about to cross the burning sands in just a matter of days. Like, they begged me to stay. Can you just stay for a few more days, I was like, I can't. I got, I was just of that mindset. Like, if I don't go, I just don't want regrets.
Yeah.
What if this is remember, I didn't know what kind of place this was. If I don't go, I don't want any regrets. What if this is the place that's going to really help us to heal
it, right?
And I couldn't live with that. What if? I couldn't live with that.
Yeah.
So I went, gladly went. I was like, this is going to be it. And
was it helpful at all? I mean, even though it was drugs and alcohol,
it helped me to look within myself and to strengthen myself and to realize I'm going to be okay. Like, if I had a phrase for that whole experience, it's like, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be all right.
Right. I wonder why that place was, because you said y'all were sent, so you all didn't choose it. I just wonder what was, I'm assuming there was no drug or alcohol abuse, that was part of the problem. So I wonder why that type of facility was chosen.
Well, some research had been done by by someone on their team.
Okay.
And so they found this place. So we were presented on an iPad, with this place, and I was told, we were told that it's not a Christian, a faith-based organization, and that hey, sometimes I don't believe that the faith-based stuff is necessary. I'm giving y'all a hint by the way I'm talking. Okay, so I don't believe. Okay, so so I send the link to this place to some friends who were really big in the Christian television world. They had their own network, and they're from Dallas. And they did their own research. I didn't. I didn't have time. I had to pack. We were leaving the next day. It was kind of like that Dr. Phil thing. They wanted us to leave that day, but I was like, I have a child. I have to,
right.
I got to get things organized and ready. I got to contact the school and da. And then we got to pack for 30 days. So so we left the very next morning. I mean, the crack of dawn. It took us 3 planes to get there.
Wow.
Okay.
I wonder why because you had mentioned another place that you guys had gone before, and I'd ask you the name of it on one of the other shows. I can't remember what you said. Something about Shepherd something.
Shepherd's Heart. Yeah.
I wonder why you guys didn't get sent back there.
Yeah.
Oh, because we weren't in control at that point.
Yeah.
We weren't in control, and so they chose for us this time. And in fact, my friends from Dallas, that couple, they had something set up for us. Y'all have heard of Jimmy Evans?
What?
Jimmy Evans.
Yeah.
Dr. Jimmy Evans. He's like the marriage.
Today.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were set up something with him. They squeezed us in, and we were going to be there for about almost a week, like 5 days in Dallas, and it was intercepted.
Wow.
And so they took control over that whole process. So again, our oldest son, he's in his senior year at Howard, and our youngest son is in middle school in Denver. So when we come back, I left day 28. When I realized that he no longer wanted this marriage at day 21, he just drug. It was, when you talk about bombing, it was so much, and it wasn't even love bombing. Like, I think he was trying to present himself as he's a willing participant. So he went to the sessions and things like that. But we weren't drug addicts and we weren't alcoholics, so we didn't really relate to all the other things that some of the clients were going through. We all lived in this beautiful mansion, and my room was just, the view from my room was just gorgeous. I think they thought it would just, I don't know, put me in a hypnotic state and I would forget all the bad stuff. I don't know. This was not a marriage retreat place. It was for drug addicts and alcoholics. So we would go to some of them, though. We would go to some of the sessions that applied to us, like mindfulness. That's what the first time I ever heard of mindfulness. So, and guided meditation and things like that. I'd never really experienced those things before. So I said, well, I need to calm me down, like, keep me calm, so I'm not
boxing again.
That's it. Ended up in the handcuffs, no more.
Right. Uppercut.
Right.
I said, send me to Woosah classes. Seriously, we did Tai Chi, we did yoga, literally.
Yeah.
We had painting classes, we had everything that's gonna keep us calm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, let me try it. Never experienced this before, you know. And we never talked. Like, pretty much the entire time we didn't talk.
So you all were in separate rooms.
We were in separate, we were in separate bedrooms. And so they custom made a program for us to talk. They didn't really know what to do with us.
Right.
I mean, literally, the director of the program was like, so what is your issue? I was like, it's not drugs and alcohol.
Right.
So they made up this really pathetic program for us where, like, we had to watch a movie together. We had to watch, episodes. They would just stick us in a room. Yeah. That was a beautiful place. It was gorgeous, right on the water, way up northeast, someplace in Maine. And, but yeah, nonetheless, it did not help us as a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, it gave me a sense of, I'm going to be okay though. Right. And so I just started looking forward to the future. Because I was like, I have to heal. I cannot be stuck. Like, I made that determination day one. I have to heal. I know things once I really realized he was not going to change. But even before knowing that, I knew within myself, I have to heal. I cannot give my power. I gave my power away.
Right. Right.
He had become such an idol to me. It was like I cared about everything he thought, he said, and everything affected me. And I'm like, this is just not a way to live. And I couldn't wait to start working on me. So I was like, well, since I'm not going to be that, let me work on me another way. Right. And find meaning in my life.
Yes.
So yeah, after the kaboom, I had control of the little one still. So he went to counseling very begrudgingly. He did not want to go. He was very, very angry. And so, but I sent him anyway. We ended up relocating back to Dallas. That's how I met Tanika and Natalie and eventually Nikki, because I relocated back to Dallas. And so it was there that I put the younger one in counseling, a very good counselor. But he was so resistant in going. But I still pray that there was something that was said or done in those sessions that has still resonated with him to this day. That's all I can do is pray. I put the seed in him to be exposed to that. And I just pray that there was something in there that stuck. But it's been really hard for my boys to talk about where are they now. My youngest one still lives in Denver. He's getting ready to graduate from law school. So he's done well. In that sense, educationally, he's gonna succeed. Like, he was straight A. He went to a private Christian school in Arlington, straight A's, was voted class president. I mean, just great kid in school. But at home, he was so angry at me. My older one, he ended up literally escaping by traveling the world, which is a good thing, right? But I think that was his way of coping. He escaped, he ran. Fight or flight, he's a flight kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's a flight kind of guy. My younger one, he's a fight. He's a fighter. So he doesn't mind, and he's so articulate. He doesn't mind just like I'm gonna just tell you this now. He's probably gonna watch this again because he watched the last one and was pissed that I did it. And now we're estranged, so I don't care.
Wow.
I can't keep living my life stuck. Like that book it's still in its manuscript state because they were angry that I was even writing something, like opening up Pandora's box again. So it's been sitting on the shelf since 2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's where they are today. Both of them are estranged from me. Yeah. And it's sad. Yeah, it's really sad. But again, and I think because of I've done a lot of work on me. A lot of work on me. I think that's why I am still in a good place. Like people would never know that I'm going through that with my sons after all we've been through. And now you're not talking to your mama, and I'm the toxic one.
Yeah.
And things like that. I know that they love me. I adore them. They're my sons.
Yeah, for sure.
Never abandon them. Never. I can't even imagine a mother doing that to their children. But I can't imagine a child doing that to their parent.
Right.
Since I've been here on your show the last time, I lost my mom. My mother passed. And so we didn't always see eye to eye, but I could never imagine being, disrespectful to her. Now, I had a lot of mouth just like she did, so it's her fault. The apple didn't fall off the tree at all. So, but I could never imagine abandoning my mother, rejecting her, talking to her crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine that. And so this is their journey that they're having to go on.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they may have to learn to. I always say, hey, the Bible says, honor their mother and their father. So I pray they don't have to hit rock bottom or something like that to learn the consequence of their actions.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to have the conversation when they're ready to take responsibility. I've done it for my older son, but he's still choosing to believe a whole nother reality.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately. And he and his father currently, to my knowledge, don't have a relationship. They haven't had one in a while. But my younger son lives with his father and has since high school, because that's where he ended up graduating from and went to school there. So he lives with his father.
Okay.
And but I've prayed a prayer, even over their dad, that he does well in life as he's taking care of our son.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't
want
want
to be on the struggle bus with your baby.
I do not.
Right.
I don't need that. And my son doesn't need that. So all these years, almost 8 years now, I have prayed that their father do well, be well. And I've told him that in writing.
Yeah.
I've told him that, and I sincerely meant it then, and I still sincerely mean it now.
What were you about to say, T?
I find it so strange that people get upset, including the children, that you tell your story. Like, this is my story. This is my truth. I have no reason to make anything up. Sit there that long for that many years and then leave and make something up. I just find that so strange. So many people get mad. Like, you should just go away silently. Just go away and shut up and sit in the corner somewhere.
Because a lot of us do, Tanika. A lot of former pastors' wives, by choice or by force, through a gag order or whatever, go under a rock. They crawl up under a rock. And I made a vow to myself and whoever would listen, I'm not going away. I kept posting. It was hard to just say something good, but I had to, I was preaching to myself, and it wasn't negative. It was all like hopeful posts. I still have them up. I never took any of them down because they weren't trashy. They weren't, I'm a victim kind of thing. There wasn't anything like that because I knew from that place that they sent us to, I was going to be okay. My reality at the time didn't match my confession, but I was believing it all the way.
Right.
And so when I told you that one of my sons, my youngest son, he did not like the fact that I did this interview with you all last time. He asked me the question, how long are you going to keep talking about this, Mom?
Wow.
Wow. What was your
I said,
response?
forever.
Good for you.
That's
As
almost
long-
like, I'm sorry.
As long as it was helping somebody.
Yeah. That's almost like someone saying, like, if you have a loss of a loved one and they say, well, how long you going to be grieving?
Yeah. As
That's
long
rude.
As
As long as it takes.
Right.
And that will be forever.
Right.
That would be-
Right.
Yeah. What you about to say, Tim?
Well, I feel like, and with the husbands, I love that.
Yes.
Natalie term.
That's a Natalieism.
Yeah, Natalieism. I love it. The husbands, my grandmother used to say, if you were that shame, you wouldn't have done it. So they should have acted better. And then we would have no story
We have no
to
story.
tell.
Yeah.
And we're not doing this to
No.
tell all or to embarrass
Healing.
or bring further embarrassment or shame if they're feeling that shame. We're not shame.
Right.
The actions were done to us.
To us.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And if someone should be embarrassed or ashamed, it should be us.
Yeah.
But we're not.
No.
It should be them.
Now, when
for
I
how
first
they
moved back to
acted.
Dallas, I had to deal with a little bit of embarrassment. I dealt with a little bit of that because we were, pretty well known. I'm like, where am I going to go to church in Dallas?
And not be known.
Right.
And not be known.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just had to force my way to go into the house of God because I was like, this is part of my healing. I'm a church girl. I am a church girl through and through. And I knew I needed the word of God. And I knew I couldn't just do it by myself. Even though I've preached and sung, literally all over the world, I needed help. I needed additional help besides therapy. I needed community. I needed Christian community. And I would go to some churches and people would see me come in the door and they'd be like, oh, how are you? And I literally would take my hands and straighten their heads up like that. I said, I'm doing great. All is well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question. Joy, how are you navigating the estranged relationship with your sons?
A lot of prayer, honestly. I mean, I don't have anything elaborate to say about that. But in addition to prayer, I'm having to learn or what I do is I throw out some olive branches to them. Every now and then. I don't bombard them with text messages. And even when I'm reaching out to them, I don't really ask them questions because I'm doing it without expecting a response. So I just want them to know I'm thinking about them, right? So I'll send and I do it like once a month. I've kind of watched my timeline. I say, I kind of reach out about once a month, once every 6 weeks or so. And I'll just ask them, I won't ask them a question, but I just say, hey, son, just thinking about you. Hope and pray all is well. Love, Mom. That's it. That's it. Now, a couple of days ago was our youngest son's birthday. And I knew I was like, they reached out to me for Christmas. They initiated a text for Christmas. They initiated texts for New Year's Eve. In fact, my youngest one, when that clock struck midnight and some seconds, my phone dinged with a text message saying Happy New Year's, Mom. That thing made my day.
Had to have done your heart.
God.
Yeah.
I just boohooed.
Yeah.
And then after that was my birthday, January 5th. And so my oldest son was the first one to initiate. In fact, my oldest one did not text me for Christmas, but he did text me, for New Year's and then for my birthday. So they both initiated texts for those holidays.
I'm glad to hear that.
Blessed me. So I was like, okay, I'm on their mind.
Yeah.
I'm on their mind. And and then for their birthdays, I did the same thing. My oldest in December and my youngest 2 days ago. So I reach out without any expectation of any response, in return.
Yeah.
If I do get a response, I'm pleasantly surprised, but I'm not asking them anything deep. In fact, I'm not asking them anything at all. So that's how I deal with that. My oldest son lives in the Northeast. He lives in New York, and they had a huge remember a couple months ago they had a huge storm,
Oh yeah,
and
blizzard.
so I was concerned. Mhm.
That blizzard that they had. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, and so I reached out to him, and this time I had to ask a question. I say, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need anything?"
Mm-hmm.
And so he didn't answer that question because I was like, "Oh boy, I think I asked the question too soon," because I usually don't send questions. I said, "Just let me know if you need anything. I can, send you some money or send you some groceries, in case you can't get out to the store."
Mm-hmm.
And so it took him a minute to respond, but at the end of it, I ended up sending him some money so he can get some groceries or whatever he needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, "Thanks, Mom. I really appreciate it." That was the
Mm-hmm.
longest conversation we had.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so as a mom, it just made me feel good that he at least responded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that estrangement, and it all started with the divorce. It all started with them choosing sides. It all started with, my oldest son was really angry because the gravy train had dried up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then hearing things from the other side, my younger son would go kind of a little bit back and forth. But my oldest son, he was done with both of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's been the challenge, since the divorce
Yeah.
with my sons.
Wow. Did you have something else, Nick?
Ooh.
You good?
Think I need a moment.
Yeah,
You
good,
need a
Nikki.
moment. Okay, I'll go.
But I have.
Okay.
Go ahead.
If I can encourage you though, Nikki and Tanika, Natalie has discussed her situation with me, but I haven't really talked to the two of you. I think I talked to Tanika. Um, just keep showing them love. Don't do anything expecting anything grand. Like, just be their mom. Just
Mm-hmm.
keep being their mom as much as it's not even that they'll allow you to because you're their mom regardless, right? And so you can throw out olive branches. Just, hey, just think, Mom, I'm just thinking about you. Want to let you know I love you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask a question. And this goes out to any other mother or father that may watch this episode because they're hurting too. Like I was given the statistic that parents may heal in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
It takes the children at least 3 to 5 more years in addition to heal. They're not going to heal at our pace.
Because their grief is different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're not just grieving like as the parent. We're not just you're not just grieving a marriage. They're
Right.
grieving the fact that their parents' marriage ended, the fact that they won't live in the same home with their mom and or their dad. They're
Right.
grieving the fact that they won't have access to you the same amount of time that they all. I mean, it's just so much that children experience that the adults don't. I always say that children are always the casualties of divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Their experience is
Can I
completely
just
different.
share with you all that my oldest son, I found out because he didn't tell me this directly. He told it to somebody else in the family that about, I don't know, maybe like 3 to 4 years ago. I'm gonna give it that time frame. Now we've been divorced since 2017. So 3 to 4 years ago, he expressed to one of our relatives that he was hoping that me and his dad would get back together. Now listen, the ink done dried.
Wow.
Okay, he done moved on. He married his mistress.
Mm.
I was still single though, so I think that's what he was still holding out hope for. So when I got remarried, oh, he got really angry
Mm.
because I think his dream,
It's hope. Yeah. Oh wow.
yeah,
That breaks my heart for him. Yeah.
like he didn't even come to my wedding.
Mm.
Mm.
My youngest one did, and he walked me down the aisle.
Mm.
That was a beautiful
Joy.
day.
Did I know that? Don't make me cry.
I don't know, but it was the most beautiful thing. He
Yeah.
walked me down the aisle.
Yeah.
He made an amazing toast.
Oh, I love that.
He made an amazing toast. And one of the things he told Joel was like, "I'm trusting you to take care of my mom.
Mm. Wow.
I'm trusting you to take care of my mom." And he said a bunch of other things. It was so beautiful. And so to go from that to this right now, I don't want to go into why and what catapulted our estrangement. It's the dumbest thing, but it really hurt. It
Yeah.
really hurt, But I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep standing on 10 toes down
Mm-hmm.
as his mom. I'm not gonna allow disrespect to come my way. I'm just not. There's some things I'm just not gonna tolerate.
There are new
But I
boundaries
still love
that you've
him.
had to set.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I had to set those boundaries.
Yeah.
You're not gonna talk to me like trash. You're not gonna. No, like that's what's not gonna happen. I'm not one of your little
Mm-hmm.
foot rat friends. I'm not,
Yeah.
and we're not equals.
Ooh wee. Okay. I got any questions? Because I got. Go ahead, Nikki.
All righty. So I know, Joy, that you are, you're singing again and back in church. How has that return to church been for you?
Well, I've been doing it pretty much since
You never stop.
I never stopped.
Okay.
I never stopped singing. I never stopped. And then people were inviting me to speak, and I'm just like, Lord, am I ready? And it's just like I'm preaching hope. I'm preaching encouragement. I'm preaching you can live again. You can dream again. You can, those are all the things that I would want to hear, and I was
Mhm.
wanting to hear. How to get back on my feet. Building a community, like Natalie said. Yeah, because most of my friends, when I came back to Dallas, all of them are married.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of them are married. So, and I know they love me dearly. I love them, but there're just certain things. If you have not been through what we've been through, you just don't understand.
Right.
And if you've never been in the position that we were in,
Right.
you don't understand.
Right.
Correct.
Because our divorce is even different
Right.
than a typical divorce.
Right.
It's just not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's just not the same at all.
Yeah, so I never stopped going to church. So only difference is I'm still a leader in my head. Not necessarily a first lady in my head, but I definitely was a leader.
Mm-hmm.
And just being exposed to the level of ministry that I was exposed to when I was married, I bring those qualities actually. My exposure, my experiences, I bring it to the table of whatever church. So the churches I've been to, they've been blessed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was telling a friend today that as a former pastor's wife, and I think we talked about this once before on the show, just walking into church, we don't look at church like everybody else looks at church.
Right.
If you were an involved pastor's wife, if you will, you just see things differently.
Yes.
You hear the band differently. You hear the worship differently. You hear the sound system differently.
Yes.
The way that the ushers are greeting or whatnot. It's different. The experience is just different. I don't have another word.
Right.
It's just different, and just those fine-tuned things we see, we hear, where somebody else is coming to church and the people up there singing and it's the preached word. Whereas, again, just those little intricate details.
And I'm doing what I love to do, a part of what I love to do, which is singing, and building up a praise team and creating choirs and where there was none before, and working with the musicians and stuff like that. So, and my current pastor, shout out to Dr. Ron Hale, Dr. Donita Hale. I'm so grateful to be in a ministry where they didn't really know me. They heard of me. And so they welcomed what I brought, and I'm still bringing to their ministry because they know that I'm an asset.
Yeah.
They know that I'm an asset, and I'm not coming in there like, who I am. Like, I mean, I haven't even told the whole praise team choir nothing. I used to sing with Kirk Franklin. They're just discovering that. Different things that I've done, places they didn't know that. Yeah. I just bring me.
Yeah.
I'm bringing joy, pun intended.
Yes, absolutely.
Joy wherever I go. And I think that's just my purpose is to bring joy to whomever, wherever, and to let people know you can rise above those ashes.
So, Joy, let's take a turn.
Let's take a turn.
Let's talk about now. Did y'all have something else?
Do you want me to do the journal prompt now or later?
Oh, yeah. Let's do the journal prompt really quickly.
Okie dokie. So our journal prompt for this show, this episode, What areas of my life need honest reflection right now? And what steps can I take to grow and become a better version of myself? I'll read it one more time. What areas of my life need honest reflection right now? And what steps can I take to grow and become a better version of myself?
That's good, Nikki. That's good. Very thought provoking.
Mhm.
So, guys, if you don't mind sharing that with us, leave that in the comments. We'd love to
Mhm.
hear and have some dialogue back and forth with you about that. Yeah, that's really good. Thanks for that. If you have not liked, shared, or subscribed to our channel, take care of that.
Mhm.
You want to make sure that that you know when our shows are coming. So make sure that you subscribe. And do you have to press the bell notification with
Mhm.
subscriptions?
I
Yeah.
think
You still
so.
have to do
Mhm.
both. So be sure to do that.
I
So
did it.
you'll
I'm
know.
waiting for November. I mean, not November, the 15th
The
at
15th.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes. The next episode.
Yes. So be sure to go like, share, and subscribe and hit the bell notification thingy. What do we used to do? The bell notification thingy. Yeah. Be sure to do that. If you want to be a part of the show, meaning if you want us to address any question that you may have, or if you have a comment that you would like us to kind of address as well, be sure to send us an email at successful, beautiful, and it's AND at gmail.com. Okay. Thank you guys again for watching Successful.
Beautiful.
And
Have an amazing day.
Bye.
Bye. The content shared on this podcast is intended for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. While one of our hosts is a licensed professional counselor, the information provided here does not constitute a therapeutic relationship, nor is it a substitute for individualized mental health treatment or diagnosis. Listening to this podcast does not create a client-therapist relationship between you and our hosts. Any stories, examples, or discussions are either fictional, generalized, or used with permission for illustrative purposes and should not be taken as personalized therapeutic guidance. If you are in need of mental health support, we encourage you to consult with a licensed mental health professional in your area. If you are in crisis or experiencing a mental health emergency, please contact 911, your local crisis line, or 988, the National Suicide Crisis Lifeline. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.